Welcome back, folks, and today we're going to be discussing what happened to this machine, because as you probably don't realize, this is the last time you'll see this particular machine. I have actually got another one which is on its way because this one is not good. Let's be fair. Now, the guys down at Ooni have been absolutely banging. There's no problem with their customer service. They're bang on. I've even had a little conference with them actually on the phone. They even sent me through these parts, which are all brand new. New bowl, that's to replace the damaged one. This is a gearbox for the whisk and a new paddle. Now, you've probably seen a video on this one. Now, I will be sharing them in this particular video, little bits, because obviously the biggest problem wasn't that. So let me show you what I found, and this is probably disturbing for you folk. Now, one thing that's probably important is this thing. Now, okay, if you folk out there are only using this, you don't have to worry about it. But it's this little baby here that may be the problem. So I'll bring you in a bit closer and then you can see what the problem is. Now, this part here is aluminium, okay? Now, the problem is with aluminium is that if you're using steel and aluminium together, they don't like each other, okay? So even though that's locked in, when it's going around in the machine, look, there's movement. Now, okay, there could be a little bit of movement, but there shouldn't be, because it means this isn't really locked in enough. So when your dough is going round and round, and you just get a little bit of a stiff dough, you're putting pressure on this aluminium piece here. We know it's in there quite well. See that? Only a few threads, and you're relying on those. But that's not too bad because steel cuts into aluminium. I'm not really sure how well this is going to show up on here, but those little threads in there are being cut out because obviously the steel is actually cutting into it. So when it goes in and every time it moves, that is deteriorating. Now, the life of this part here, I would say if you're lucky enough to get 6 months out of it, you're really doing well. Now, earlier today, that's my bowl. It was in here. Lock it in. And we've got this in here. And we were going round and round and round. Unfortunately, as it was spinning, though there's a little bit of play, I think we got her on. We'll put him on. Yeah. There's a little bit of play on here. Only a small amount. When the dough's in there, the whole thing rocks left and right, which it shouldn't do. Now, for some reason, there's got to be a problem there. Now, obviously, I covered this in another video, and the knocking, all it is to do with this up here. For some reason, it's knocking, okay? See, like that, it's loose. Well, when it's in, there's a knocking effect. So it's doing this. You can hear that now. And they've replaced this. Guys, great, replacing it, fine. Now, they've replaced this one as well. There's your threads on there. Now, you won't be able to see that very well, but apparently these threads, some of them are not really nice. Again, I'm thinking this is maybe aluminium. I'm not sure, but I think that could be aluminium. Whilst that's aluminium, this has got a lot of threads on here. Now, those threads there, I mean, I have covered this in a previous video. See, when you put it in properly and you lock it in and then you wind it up. Well, actually, there you go. There's an example. That's tight now. And obviously, this is the old one. It's already starting to grind. So one is assuming that that is the threads inside that ain't much cop. Yeah, I got the job to do that even up now. You could argue it's this part, or you could argue it's that part. I believe it's this. I've had a good look at this under a magnifying glass, and the threads are not good in it. They're pretty poor. But generally, if the machine had been fine and there wasn't a problem, I don't think there's any reason into sending it back. The only thing I didn't like is it's very rough on here. Now, all the rest of the bodywork of the machine is nice and smooth. When you rub it on there, it's like sandpaper, and there's like little bubbles of swarf sticking out, which I find a little bit disturbing when the rest of the machine is lovely and smooth. But apart from that, I mean, who can't not like it? It does do what it says on the tin. The only thing is, it's got problems. Emails have been sent, Facebook been sent to them. They've responded well. The service has been second to none. Even today, when I told them what the problems were with this and needs rectifying, I mean, they are quite aware of this. And my new one, I can honestly say, will come with a defective one. I think what their plan of action is, we'll send them all out anyway. We know they're bad quality, but we'll send them out anyway. Now, I dare to say, when you get it and it starts rattling, phone them up, email them, send them, they'll send one out. Because I think that's the easiest route for you guys. I mean, if that is just the only thing that's wrong with it, then don't worry about it. But most of you folk are going to be using this baby. All right? This is the spiral. That's all you're going to be interested. But I dare to say someone has actually bent this already. You would wonder how possibly they could bend this. You make a dough up and it's solid, you're going to damage the machine. This is not a commercial thing. It's not meant to be. And spinning this at high speed with a load of crap in it, really heavy duty stuff, and you're going to kill the machine anyway. Even I would have turned around to you and said, I wouldn't want to give you your money back if you've destroyed it yourself. Once again, covering this again, I'm concerned about this. The biggest downfall I can see on the machine is because this doesn't screw up nice on here. Remember what I said? Because that's aluminium, you're going to get problems. And I've noticed in a number of other videos, people have mentioned, though they're in a foreign language, they also criticize this part. And I'm going to say, after using it, and this week, I mean, let's be fair, I've had this machine now just over a week. And I've banged out a few videos for you guys. And it was easy for me to use the machine because this is my daily job, baking. To give you some insight into this machine, I still think it's a very good machine. The only downside, like I said previously, it does have a bit of a din to it, noise. But let's be fair, all the rest of the ones at that price have very much the same sort of noise. They are loud and they are very annoying. If you want something that's quiet, then you're going to have to pay over 1,500 quid to get it, because the quiet ones cost more. Because there's no doubt about it, commercial stuff is quiet. That stuff is quite loud. Every time I use it, I'm glad it's turned off. It's almost like a fan in my bakery running 24/7. I walk into the bakery and I have to turn it off because it drives me nuts. The same thing is, if I was running this 24/7, that you probably won't be able to anyway, because the motor would just die on it. But supposing you could run this 24/7, your head would be blowing away by the sound. It does lay out a horrible noise when it's got dough in it. When you're running with a beater or a whisk, you don't get the noise. It's not there. But with the spiral, it is noisy. It's terrible. But needless to say, that doesn't mean it's a bad machine. If it didn't have these few little flaws in it, and I call them flaws, because basically speaking, this has been out, around about 4 months, might even be less than that. But I've only seen it over the last 2 or 3 weeks. I didn't even know it existed. And I thought, oh, what a fantastic idea. I've always wanted a smaller spiral mixer than the one I got, something to do small amounts. But essentially, I want it for both cake and creams and that sort of whisking up, and dough. Dough would probably be the main one, but then I do a lot of cakes as well. And I like to do cake videos to show you guys. And that was my plan of action. Get this so I can show you all the things you can do on it. But unfortunately, dare I say it's failed. Anyway, hopefully next week, we'll be back with some more videos with my brand new machine. I won't be doing an unboxing on the new machine. I'll be just telling you what's wrong with it. And if you like this type of content, please subscribe and please share. And don't forget, there's a link up there if you want to buy me a coffee. And we'll see you again very shortly on the Crazy Baker channel. And don't forget, check out this video. You might enjoy that. Laters!